Hey guys, welcome back to this recorded live stream. Today I'll be trading Nasdaq 100 futures contract, and as you can see, we we are in a midday session. We missed the opening session, and we had a huge dump from 25,000 up until 24,600, so with about 400 points drop. We are in a slight recovery mode where we can see there is a small bounce and we are consolidating, and the POC is also shifted there. So there's a lot of volume in conducted on that level. We can see there's a break and retest of the pivots you see on the right side. All right, I'm just gonna quickly go over the chart. So on the right, you will see a 2 minute chart with EMAs and pivots, and at the bottom, I use a 30-minute time frame and also draw the value areas in low and high of the session. And on the right side, you will see a delta footprint chart along with a cumulative delta at the bottom. And I also use volume profiles as well with delta hourly chart as well, how it looks. And we can see there is a bounce um, from that 24,650 level, and then we pushed down a little bit, sort of consolidated, move up, and then rejected the highs of 24,500s, sorry, 25,500s, and then we pushed down, going back to the same level, right? So we would expect some sort of support down here. On an hourly chart, you can see a doji that is formed with a wick at the bottom. That includes that there is some passive buyer sitting here trying to protect that level and wants the price to push up. So we'll see how the price unfolds as we see the action live. So far, what I'm noticing here is price is trying to push up and sort of break that full flag that it's trying to form, but every time it goes above there's a rejection, right? So you can see there's a lot of wicks on the top on the 5 minute chart on the footprint delta chart. You will see a lot of wicks forming on the top that indicates that the price wants to go up, but it's just some sort of force of sellers trying to push it down, and they want the price to be trading towards the downside, right? So it's a very interesting spot we are in right now. We don't want to trade anything right now because we are right at the POC and it could be very choppy. It can go both ways. So we'll just be patient and wait for the right setup and wait for the right time to trade. Or at this point, we can finally see there is a break of that consolidation on a 2 minute chart. And the price is moving down very aggressively. And we don't want to chase this fall, right? Because it could be very trappy. As price move down, we can immediately see a reaction towards the upside, towards the POC, right? So we'll let it play out and see how it goes. It's a nice momentum. Like if the volume is going up on a 2 minute chart, it's a nice break. What I want to see is some sort of support at 24,700. That's where the spike is from the delta, and also the 24,680s. That's another spike of the delta, right? So those two spots are very interesting, and we want to see if the price either breaks that level or we see a rejection from there on, right? So far, it's looking good. The sellers are in control. They're pushing the price down. We broke that 700 level, and so far, I'm not seeing any sort of support from the buyers or the sellers coming in aggressively. All I see is just price going down, sellers in control. Now remember, we saw support down here at 1020. We saw this push towards the upside, right? So when the price is coming back at that level, it's either gonna break and continue towards the downside, or we'll see some sort of support and price moving up. You want to look at the tape very closely. We can see there is aggressive sellers just enter the market at that at that 680 level. We can see a lot of sellers enter the market at 79 contracts, 75. So big orders coming in at that level. Like this could be the passive buyers who are sitting here protecting this level, right? So now what I want to see is price breaking that cluster, the green cluster at 690s, 670s. All right, break of that, I'm gonna go long and put a stop below that high delta volume. Okay, I got long there, putting a stop just below that sellers who entered the market. Target would be around twice what we risk. So I'm risking about 15 points and targeting 30 at least. Right away, you can see the price is pushing up. This indicates that these sellers who came to the market are trapped, right? So these sellers sold into the passive buyers, or passive buyers are sitting here controlling, sort of like protecting this level. And the sellers who enter the market intention to breaking that level have failed, right? So now the price is moving the opposite direction. So it's basically a game of trapping the buyers and sellers at key levels. That's what we want to play out. We'll let this trade play out. If we are in 20, 25 points in positive, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. At that point, we don't want to lose the trade, right? If it pulls back down and hits our stop, we can always re-enter if we see another opportunity. But at the same time, we want to protect this trade, right? So I just moved my stop to break even because I saw the price moved in my favor about 25 points. So we'll just let the price do its thing and try to come close to our target. We're very close to hitting our target. I just closed my position. I don't want to risk the trade for other few points. We risk about 15 points, $300, and we made $600. So this is a really good trade. Really satisfied with this trade, and it checked all the boxes that we were thinking before we took the trade, right? So we wanted this a break and sort of like trap all the sellers and push the price back to the mean. I'm pretty sure the price will go at some point back to the POC at 750s. Well, we got our target. We want to get in and out of this trade. And fortunately for us, it happened in about 5 minutes, but we did wait for 40 minutes for this trade to happen. So, especially when you're trading towards the midday session, you want to be as patient as possible. And once there is the right time and once you get the right setup, you wanna take that trade, right? So for us, it was a consolidation break, trapping the sellers and going pushing the price back up towards the POC. So it's a good trade overall. Really nice trade. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.